My name is Carson. Welcome to Thrifty Garage, a channel where we do everyday repairs, how-tos, and reviews. Sorry, we got a bunch of chaos going on outside. Hopefully the doors help with the noise. Everyone's mowing their lawns today. But today's project is removing a grease zerk and repairing a frozen grease zerk. So here we have our Bobcat E35. We've got a thumb on here, and this thumb obviously haven't been the best on maintenance. This side, this zerk is frozen. You can see we've got all this grease in here. We can't get that to push grease through. And on this other side, last time I greased this, I noticed that this zerk is missing. So we're going to repair a broken grease zerk and repair a frozen zerk. So that'll be a great project for today. Okay, well, let's start with this frozen grease zerk. I don't know if this is gonna be the easier one or the harder one, but I did purchase this LockNLube Grease Buster. Never used one of these. This is not a sponsored thing. I purchased this. It was actually more than I expected it was gonna be. It's about $50 if I recall on Amazon. But we're gonna learn this together. I do have a great tool for the removal of the grease zerk, and that should go hopefully pretty well. You know, those are always kind of unknown. We've got some instructions on here we'll read real quick. Remove the piston and fill completely with non-aerosol solvent, penetrating oil, diesel, or similar. Insert the piston until the O-ring is seated. Push the grease buster onto clogged grease fitting. The knurl ring adjust the tension on the jaws of the coupler. Less than one rotation will loosen the jaws around the grease fitting. Anything more can result in the coupler coming apart. Tap the buster repeatedly with a hammer. Do not try to blast through the clog. So we're just gonna hit the piston repeatedly. So we're kind of just jarring this loose. Obviously, if we've got a clogged one, there's so much dirt and grime buildup, so we're trying to push through the dirt and grime. Grease Buster works because the vibration of the taps forces solvent into the clog and begins to break it down chemically. Trust us, this will work better than you tapping quickly. It will work better if you tap quickly and repeatedly instead of wailing on it. Don't wail on it. If the clog doesn't clear immediately, leave the grease buster on the clogged fitting and return after several minutes or hours to repeat the process until solvent flows easily. Remove and grease the fitting as usual. This will flush out the clog and the solvent. So we got this little tool here. We got this guy. We got little claws here that we tighten this down and loosen this up to put on there. And then that just threads on right there, and then this thing, I believe, no, it's a plunger, yep. Okay, we got two little O-rings on there. Those O-rings still are solvent or diesel. I'm thinking we'll use some diesel. I'm a little low on penetrating oil. Let's see if we can get this guy on here. I think we got enough in there. Holy smokes. Does not need much. Do a little tappy, tappy, tappy. Well, with most mechanic and repairs, this is where you get out the big hammer and just wail on it. So we're gonna try and be patient. We'll just keep getting after it, and if we have to, like I said, we can wait on it and we can work on the other side. I'm worried it's just pushing out. Yeah, see, this is not very tight. They didn't really seal this joint right here, so it's like we should have put Teflon or something on there. Well, shall we move on? Okay, on this side we've got the speed out. So these are a set of extractors, and these are just, I want to say, pretty inexpensive, cheap ones. and we'll just get whatever. Looks like we used that one last time. We're gonna get in there. It might have just come out. Maybe we'll try and clean that out and see if we can see in there, see if it just unthreaded, or see what's going on there. Got some brake parts cleaner here. There's just a massive hole, and it looks like there's a thread in there, but it looks like it might have got ripped out. And this hole is like massively larger than, I mean, it's big. Fit that whole grease zerk all the way down in there. You know, the outside of the nut fitting is the same size as those threads. Yeah, that one's a lot bigger. See if we can go to the Tractor Explorer and find that. Let's go to the Tractor Explorer, or maybe the supply store, Tractor Supply store. That was the word I was trying to get out. Okay. Got a bunch of dirt and stuff on there. Shorty. Okay, so there she is. She's bigger than normal. We're going to just hook it up to our grease gun just for kicks. Just give her a couple pumps. Well, 2 new grease zerks, and hopefully the problem's fixed. I was really hoping to try out that new tool, but it seems like that may not be our solution here. Let's see if we can make a big mess right here. Okay, I'm gonna release this. Maybe. Okay, here's what we picked up. We've got these 1/8 inch National Pipe Thread 8-piece assorted SAE set. We've got a variety of 90s and elbows and different fittings. What we're looking for is these guys. These have a little button end on there, straight threads, straight zerk, and this zerk is not damaged. You can see the ball sitting on the tip there. The other piece one I had did not have that functional. So we're going to use some Permatex thread locker. They're blue, just to try and keep these in place since we lost that one, try and reduce that from happening again. Okay, on to the other side. A little worried about these threads on this one. Just gonna cross thread it, I guess. She made it. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get to actually fully test and utilize this Grease Buster, as well as we didn't get to show you how to use this Easy Out. But I do have a separate video on the Easy Out. I think it's called a Day in the Life of a Landscape Contractor, something along those lines. I do fully show how to use this on a skid steer, Bobcat T650, so check out that video if you're trying to get rid of a broken grease zerk. I can't really say anything about this. I don't know why it didn't work, other than the fact that that zerk was totally messed up. I don't know what's going on with it. I do have another bonus that I do want to share in this video. Picked up a new cordless grease gun, so let's get that set up and let's grease these two zerks and be back on the road hopefully. So here we have the Milwaukee M18 cordless 2-speed grease gun. I know nothing about this other than the fact that I have Milwaukee batteries, because I have the Milwaukee backpack sprayer, as well as I have Makita. So I looked at pricing on Makita, looked at pricing on Milwaukee. Milwaukee I think was about $100, $80 or $100 cheaper. I think this was $180, $190 for this, and the Makita was gonna be about $300. So I decided to upgrade and up my grease game. Wow, that thing is long. I can tell you, I already forgot something. I always upgrade to the LockNLube. These LockNLubes are my favorite. So these have the clamp on. These jaws work great. So maybe I'll steal it off this old grease gun. We'll put it on here. I really like the XL, the extended length version, but this will have to work for now. Okay, let's throw a tube of grease in here. Picked up those grease zerks from Atwood's. Picked up some grease while we're there. So we've got the this is the Mystic number 2. This is a high temp grease with 3% moly. We got on. We got all a bunch of settings. I don't know what these are all for. Just on. Maybe it's just a number of pumps. I think it's coming. Yep, there we go. And it's greasing. Let's try 1. Yep, so that's the number of, that's awesome. 3. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Let's do 3 again. 3 again. Coming out right here. Yep. I usually do that 3 pumps when I grease my machine, so that'll be perfect. I can just sit there, put it on, pump it, and I'm actually really impressed with this connector. That actually stays on really well too. So maybe we won't change it out. This thing is extra long. Maybe we'll go back to on. Went a little extra long on that one just so you guys can kind of see it coming out hopefully. Yeah, this is great. Well, I think that's going to conclude this video. A little bit of everything. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching Thrifty Garage.